Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Sunday, December 7th, we get set for Sunday football. The Pats will host the Chiefs. Players to watch out for: Travis Kelce at the tight end position, Bailey Zappi, and Patrick Mahomes will be the quarterbacks so we watch out for. Best game last week as a starter as they beat the Steelers. Players to watch out for: Chris Jones, defensive tackle, and defensive end Chris Jones, also defensive end. Patriots Christian Barmore, also cornerback Trent McDuffie, and cornerback Chiefs L'Jarius Sneed are 3-10 after a surprise victory over the Steelers we mentioned last week. Chiefs are 8-5 and have lost 3 of their last 5. This is a must-win for the Chiefs if they want to have momentum going into the playoffs and look like they're going to do anything in the playoffs. They're probably going to make the playoffs, especially after Denver lost to the Lions last night. We'll get to that later. Taking this game, Chiefs 24-10. Game time is at 12. This was supposed to be a Monday night game originally, but since the Patriots are so bad, they kicked it off to the Fox game at 12. Chiefs are favored by 8. After a game of the week of the Packers lost to the Giants and Packers will go at it again. Derek Carr, after last week, the Packers lost to the Giants in an upset. They will go at it again. Derek Carr will be the Saints quarterback, and Tommy DeVito, who had a good game last week. Kayvon Thetis, pass rusher, and Cam Jordan, pass rusher to watch out for. Jordan opens up about his gunshot.
There was a couple kids that were shaken up, and you're throwing an event where, the youngest kid there is probably 11, 12. I think there's some GED graduates there that might have been a little bit older, maybe 19, 20. But you could see, not only just fear on her face, but actual sort of trauma, if you will. Some of the kids had been affected by gun violence before, whether that been siblings, whatever it was, and that hurts your heart just to know that that one of these kids may have said some things was like, man, I wish I had mine, and I was like, you shouldn't have to feel that you need anything on you. And it's not like, it was not like the event was late. It was, the event went on from 5 to 6:30, so somewhere around that 5:45 range in the middle of. Heart hurts for a kid to feel like he needs to be strapped up, or he needs to, feel like he has to protect himself in a world where, man, at 13, 14 years old, you should be worried about basketball. You should be worried about, homework. You should be worried about getting A's and not worried about, the outside world affecting your inside world. I'm inspired sometimes just by the kids that were there because they didn't let it truly affect them. It didn't dampen the mood. Once police showed up, everything came out, we were able to resume and sort of talk about it, which hopefully opens up good dialogue on the drive home, which I've gotten some feedback from that, which did. At the end of the day, bro, the next wave is the future. These kids growing up now is really going to be the people who shift and hopefully change narratives of what New Orleans will be. So it's that important to me to try and give back to. In my high school back in Arizona, Chandler High, there was fights, whatever it was, but I don't really recall feeling the need to carry anything. Granted, my mother had me on a strict, curfew time there. Like she didn't play that. That was back in the days of, if the lights turned off, it was derriere, and you were still outside. But again, this is the day and age that we live. New Orleans has to change to feel a little bit more safe for our next generation. So hopefully that'll keep on pushing forward. So it's always going to be imperative for me to try and be in my community. And if that's the next initiative that needs to start up, let's find it. Let's figure it out.
The game, Saints are favored by 5.5. Kick is at 12. My prediction, 24-20. My prediction on the Chiefs game, 27-17. My prediction on the Packers game, I'll take the Saints, 26-20. 5.5 is the line. Now we move on to the Bears and Browns. The Bears players to watch out for is banged up Myles Garrett. We'll also watch out for Montez Sweat, both players to watch out for. DJ Moore, another player to watch out for. Amari Cooper for the Browns. Quarterback just Joe Flacco, who has been good in his first 2 games after not playing for a season for Team Health 3 weeks ago. The Browns are the 5th seed. The Bears have won 2 in a row. Like I mentioned, it's going to be good in his 2 starts. The Browns are 8-5 and the Bears 5-8. Game time is at 12. The Browns are favored by 3. Give me the Browns 28-20. Kick is at 12. Falcons, Panthers, we won't do much of a preview of that. I'll just say to everyone, the Buccaneers and Falcons and Saints are all in it. The Panthers are looking like they'll have the number 1 pick for the Bears. Kick is at 12. Falcons are favored by 3. I'm taking the Falcons 26-20. The Falcons are 6-7. Kick is at noon, as we said. The Titans and C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year, will go up against Will Lutz, also playing well in his rookie year. He had the fist pump going last week in the win over the Dolphins. Players to watch out for, Nico Collins was listed, but he is out. DeAndre Hopkins goes to that. For the Titans, also players to watch out for, cornerback Derek Slang or Jeffrey Simmons. Defensive line, he'll make his return. Also, Derrick Henry, running back for the Titans, also a player to watch out for as he is every game. Kick is at 12. Jets, Dolphins, players to watch out for was Tyreek Hill. He is out. Garrett Wilson is a player to watch out for. Bradley Chubb is a player to watch for. Added on this list. And Quentin Williams, also a player to watch out for the Jets. The Jets and Dolphins kick off at 12. Finally, they bet last game of the 12 o'clock games, 49ers, Cowboys. Final game. It's not like the 49ers and Cowboys, but it's the best game we got of the day. It's the Buccaneers at 6-7, the Green Bay Packers at 6-7. Jordan Love and Baker Mayfield at the quarterback positions. The Buccaneers lead the NFC South, and the Packers have the final wild card spot at 6-7, both teams. There are 4 teams at the same record as the Falcons, Rams, Seahawks, at all 6-7. Players to watch out for: wide receiver Mike Evans, Antonio Winfield, safety, and Darrell Savage, safety, will be players to watch out for. And Jair Alexandra, see how he does. And Mike Evans. Jair Alexander is questionable. Antonio Winfield as a safety for the Buccaneers. Darnell Savage is a safety for the Bills. Kaysen Nixon, also a player to watch out for. Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals, second worst team in football. We won't do much on that. 49ers, obviously the best team in the NFC right now. 49ers, Cardinals, 325. Bills, Cowboys, probably the best game of the day. Definitely the best afternoon game of the day at 325. Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb. Quarterback to watch out for, Dak Prescott, who could be up for the MVP. Also Josh Allen, who could be up for the MVP if they win out. The Bills are favored by 2.5. I'll take the Bills by 4, 27-23. Sunday, Ravens, Jaguars host. The Ravens are favored Josh Allen at the linebacker inside, Waquan Smith. Other players to watch out for: Travis Etienne, running back, and Christian Kirk, wide receiver. The Ravens defense and as gripping onto the number 1 seed. Watch out for linebacker Josh Allen and Waquan Smith. Kick is at 8:20, as we said. Give me the Ravens by 4, 27-23. The Bengals and the Vikings winning it last night in an amazing game. It went to overtime. Bengals outscored the Vikings 10-0 after the Vikings led by 7. Tyler Boyd made a big play to get the Bengals within third field goal range. Vikings couldn't get the 4th down as they were short on the quarterback sneak. They could have pushed it maybe a little further. Maybe the quarterback puts the ball out a little further. As it was, the Vikings turned it over. Field goal was good in overtime. Colts Steelers. This one was a blowout. It's the Colts droughted the Steelers, who've lost 2 in a row now. 30-13. That was your final. Pittsburgh drops to 7-7, and Indianapolis advances to 8-6. Broncos Lions. That was another blowout. 42-17. Broncos. That may end all AFC West hopes. I'm not sure, but probably does. And now in college basketball, Kansas Jayhawks beat Indiana. The Jayhawks were close to an upset, but as it was, the Jayhawks won. And including a double-digit lead by the Indiana, it was 40-32. At halftime, Kevin McCullough goes for 21, and Tyler Trey Brown goes for 28 in the 10-1 advance by the Jayhawks, and still number 2. Kansas State will play Nebraska. That game that kicks off at 2 today. Cam Carter and Wildcats, and for the Cornhuskers, Bryce Williams, both guards to watch out for. Mizzou State, Seton Hall, players to watch out for: Jalen Carter and Sean East at the Missouri side, and Cardia Richmond at the guard side for Seton Hall, and also Sean East at the guard side. More with Jason and Sam. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.